Hello, and thank you for joining me today. This is University of Alberta Asset Guided Mindfulness, and my name is Doug, and I'll be guiding you through a 20-minute meditation. And as always, there is some time for questions at the end if you want to type them into the chat box. But thank you for joining me here on the week of May 19th, Tuesday. And I guess we can go ahead and get started. So if you want to adopt a comfortable posture that you'll be able to stay in for roughly 20 minutes, please do so. And you might be seated in a chair or on the floor or on a couch or lying down. But if you are seated, you'll want to try and have an upright posture. So something that is alert yet relaxed, and that to you embodies dignity or integrity. And if you're sitting on a chair, you might want to have your back off the back of the chair. Unless you get back pain, then it's fine to use it as a support. Once you've kind of settled into a posture, I'll invite you to close your eyes. And if you prefer to keep them open, you can have a soft gaze in front of you on the floor, roughly 5 feet in front of you. And the first thing we'll do is take some long, deep breaths together. We'll do 3 or 4 of them. So in and out. In and out. Letting go. In and out. Relaxing. In and out. Arriving in the present moment. And the next thing we'll do is do a quick body scan from head to toe and soften each part of our body. Relax it as we move through the body. So starting with our head, we'll relax our face, the forehead, softening the eyebrows, spaces around the eyes, the mouth and the cheeks, the tongue, the neck, the throat, inside the throat, our shoulders, relaxing them, our upper arms and our lower arms, and our hands and fingers, releasing them, our upper back, moving down the spine, middle back, and lower back, releasing. Our chest, and our stomach, abdomen, our belly, our hips, even to the insides of the hip sockets, our pelvic area, our thighs, our knees and around the knees, and our lower legs, and finally our ankles and feet and our toes. Breathing out, releasing all the tension in our body on the out breath. And now resting in an awareness of our body as a whole, breathing. Noticing if your body feels any different from before we did our deep breathing and relaxing. How does it feel to be in a more relaxed body? And just resting in this awareness, letting go of thoughts of the past, thoughts of the future, thoughts about the present, plans, ideas, fantasies, preoccupations, worries, anxieties, setting them all aside or letting them fade into the background or the periphery. And just resting our awareness in the present for this meditation and letting go of all those things. If we need them, they'll be here after we're done meditating. And if you can, enjoying this sense of a relaxed body. And should your mind be carried away by thoughts, just simply noticing it and not being harsh with yourself, but with kindness and gentleness, moving your awareness back to the body as a whole, breathing. If any sounds should arise or other distractions, noticing your reaction to it as it arises, and then moving your attention, your awareness back to the body. And when you're ready, we'll move our awareness to our breathing. And if you'd prefer, you can pay attention to a point of contact between your hands and your lap, or your hands and themselves, or your buttocks on the cushion, or seat or chair, or your feet on the floor. If you'd like, though, we'll move our awareness to our breathing. And we're moving it to wherever you feel the sensations of the breath most prominently, or most vividly, or where they're most comfortable for you to tune into. And usually that's one of three places: either the nostrils as the air rushes in and out of the nostrils, the chest as it expands and collapses with each breath, or the belly as it expands and contracts with each breath. moving our awareness to one of those places, or whatever place is best for you. And we'll remain there for the rest of this meditation. And again, if your mind wanders, simply noticing it, and with gentleness and kindness, returning your awareness back to your breathing. If you can, relaxing the thinking muscle. Again, staying present. And if your mind wanders, returning to the breath and beginning again anew. So thank you for joining me today for that meditation. There's time for you to ask questions if you have any. And while we have that time, and I'll pay attention to the chat, I thought I would tell just a brief story from a book that I'm reading about mindfulness, or where mindfulness is one of the topics anyhow. And it's about how mindfulness can help us to respond more skillfully when pressure is put on us. Instead of reacting, like say if you're angry and you want to react right away to someone who's provoked you, we can pause, and just like we're mindful of the breath, we can be mindful of our body, any emotions or thoughts that are brewing up. And then after being mindful and taking a step back, making a decision about the best course of action. So there was a teacher who taught prison inmates, I believe in the States, mindfulness. And there was one man who's relatively large and intimidating, who was once a Green Beret in the American forces and was trained to react immediately to any threats. And he had landed himself in jail after his service. And he asked how he could control himself. And the meditation teacher said the same thing, to pay attention to your thoughts and emotions as you feel a reaction brewing up inside you. And so the teacher came back several weeks later, and the Green Beret prison inmate was excited to share that during lunch one day, someone was provoking him and trying to make him angry, and they had assigned seating, so he couldn't, he had to deal with it. And so the person provoked him, and the initial response came up to punch the person, which was his usual way of responding. But after taking a few extra moments to linger and be mindful of his thoughts and emotions, he asked himself what the best course of action really was. And he decided to move tables. And then the guy stopped bothering him. And what happened afterward was nothing short of a miracle. The inmate came up to him afterwards and actually apologized for provoking him, something that is never done in prisons, the inmate said, and pretty much violates an unwritten rule of prisons. And so that just speaks about the power of mindfulness and how we can use it when we are provoked or in a situation where we need to, or feel like we need to react. And we can ask ourselves, what's the best course of action, while paying attention to our body with mindfulness and giving ourselves a little bit of space. So thank you for joining me today. I don't see any questions, and I'll end the stream. So thank you so much. Have a great day. And may you be safe. May you be happy. May you be healthy. And may you live with ease. Thank you. Peace, everybody.